Thank you, peeps, for joining us on episode 13.
Yep.
Oh, shit. Goddamn. All right.
It's like
Oh,
a
my back is
quarter
like,
through the year. Yeah, quarter way through the year.
yeah,
52 weeks.
2 weeks.
52 weeks is a
Goddamn.
year. This is 13.
Yep. Shit, dude. Definitely don't feel like it. Definitely doesn't feel like it.
Not when I put it in that perspective, because that makes it sound like it's like a long, a long ass
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, shit. I mean, yeah, literally at the beginning of January. Yeah. Almost, what is today even?
22nd March.
Second. Jesus.
Mm.
Almost into fucking April, dude. God damn.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. But went ahead and was just sitting down in my room yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck, I don't want to play any video games. And I've been watching a lot of Sea Dog
Mm-hmm.
as of late, and like
I
out
watch a
in
lot of
Japan.
him. Yeah.
Dude, fucking his crane games
Yeah,
are
those are
so
pretty good.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think I've watched the most recent one with Ludwig. But yeah, I've watched like I think almost all the other ones. They're pretty good.
yeah, I didn't watch the one with Ludwig, but there was I went back to like a couple older ones,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, Jesus, dude, like that
Did
shit's like they have so many fucking crane
Oh yeah.
games.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like I get that like gotcha's like a really big thing
Oh yeah, they have
in
like
Japan.
areas where there's like walls of the gotcha little capsule machines. But yeah,
Yeah.
the crane
Like,
games are just as big.
yeah. And I guess you could just I guess you can consider the crane games to be a form of like gotcha in a sense.
Kinda. I mean, it's like
Like,
a. It's like the. It's like if there's like a pyramid. There's like arcade games, gotcha
yeah.
capsule machines, and then the crane games. And like when I say crane, like obviously since you watch a bunch of you know that when we say crane games, there's about 100 different styles of machine that most of them aren't standard cranes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Most of them don't even really
Yeah.
involve picking a thing up. It's like pushing it and like pushing it. It's,
Yeah.
and like getting it through the thing or like shaking something like there's one I don't remember who the guest was had like some crazy machines I had never seen him do before where there's like balls fucking rolling down a thing you have to hit like a certain target and stuff all these like crazy
Yeah.
big machines.
Did see that. The one that really threw me off was I can't remember what episode it was, but it was a fucking knife that was attached
Yeah.
to it, and it was like tape or like a piece of paper that was wrapped around it, and you had to cut
Yeah.
cleanly all the way through. And I was
Mhm.
like, Jesus, dude, like you can tell that they do that a lot just because they're coming up with like other ways to other
Mhm.
than just the fucking claw.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Well, not only
fucking,
that
I
but
was like,
so they could have so many different types and styles of prizes. I mean you got plush like the ones with the plushy prizes which there's a fucking plushie for everything. Like there's so many. And
yeah,
then there's like all the like the anime figures, which what's crazy is those you can actually get them online for not too bad of a price. Because most of them are like cheaper ones, but there's people who are like almost have like a side hustle of going to the arcades, winning a bunch of those figures for like not that much money, and then going to like secondhand shops and selling them and stuff,
yeah,
and like making a profit selling them for like 20, 25 bucks. Like they could like almost guarantee get them in like $5 to $10, and then they sell them for like 20, 25. And you can order a lot of them online. They're
yeah,
I've thought about ordering some just because it's like a cheap way to get some decent like anime statues because some of them are pretty good. I mean, obviously they're not like
yeah.
multi-$100 like resin statues or nothing like that. But
Oh yeah,
for like a couple just like little random anime statues, you could get them a handful of them for like $20.
yeah. I know he got one one of the last episodes I watched today with
Mm-hmm.
got one that was like REM or something like
He has
that,
many.
and it was like sitting down, and he was like, this one's actually like really fucking nice and detailed,
Mm-hmm.
like. And then the other one that he got, it was like of some fucking dude. I can't remember the name of the anime,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like super like cheaply made and
Yeah,
everything. And he's like,
And I'm sure there's you can go online and figure out like which ones are like decent and which ones are bullshit pretty
Yeah.
easily. What's funny is seeing
Yeah.
all like the snacks and stuff that you can get because
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of them it's like this huge box and then they get it and it's got like two or three like little individual sized pieces in it for like a giant box like this big. And it's like, oh man, this has to have a ton of shit in it. And you shake it and it feels empty. And you open it up, and there's like three like little things in it. Those are like so not worth it.
Yeah. But yeah, after watching him though, I kind of sat down and I was like, I need to renew my Crunchyroll subscription.
Nice.
And then I thought about it and I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, well I can catch up on the shit that I previously didn't finish from technically last year, like the
Yeah.
end of the year. Finish off the last couple episodes for those. And then I was like sitting there thinking and I'm like, I'm about to commit some shit that I said I was never gonna do. And I started JoJo's.
Nice. It's on the list for me to do it at some point. I don't know. I go back and forth because part of me wants to read the manga
Yeah.
first, and like, cause especially since like the volumes are like really nice, like the recent editions, hardcover editions are really nice, and I like that. That's my kink
Yeah.
is really nice manga editions. So I kind of want to do that, but then a part of me just wants to just say fuck it and watch it. But
Yeah.
at some point I will.
Yeah, I kind of just went at that point. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Whatever. I'll just start it. Bro, I'm only watched like the first two episodes and I'm already fucking like hooked.
Mm-hmm. And it's
I
about to
was
get
like,
like crazy because I don't know how long part one is. I know it's like really short, but like
yeah.
after like the first like part or two, like things change a little bit between the first and second part. But it's when part three starts when it like becomes more of a, like what it's going to be, and each
Yeah.
part like changes a bit by bit.
Yeah, which I know I was looking at Crunchyroll and I was like, it's got 4 seasons to it. And I was like, I feel like there's a lot more than just
Uh,
four.
there is. It's well, some of the parts I think are separate entries on Crunchyroll. I don't think they're all just under one thing on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Because it's I think they're on part 6 now for the anime.
Yeah, I think so.
And I don't know if any of the parts are split up into multiple seasons. So
Yeah, not that I know of.
I don't
I'll
really
have
know
to like
how long they are.
research on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely I was watching after the second episode, I was just sitting there thinking, I'm like, oh my fucking god, I'm about to turn into one of those JoJo people. The one thing I feared of becoming, I was like, oh my god, like it's actually like
Fucking
really fucking good.
this is like a old reference to I think it's like a Trash Taste episode or a Sea Dog video where there's this like famous GIF of it's a gorilla's like full sprinting, and it said a JoJo fan when it sees an unsucked cock. Oh, and he's like, "Yep, this is pretty
Dude,
true."
Christ. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's just oh my god, it's so fucking good.
Hmm.
Even those first two episodes, dude, I was like, that's a hell of a way to fucking start off an anime. Like right at the beginning. And then some coworkers the other day were telling me about My Hero, and I fucking caved in finally and started it back
Nice.
up.
Where,
I
where
finally got
where are you starting it up at? Just like where you left
uh
off, or
just where I left off. I was
okay,
like, you know what? I watched as much as I did. I might as well just fucking go through the entire thing. That way, I at least like if there are any references for this
hmm
last little bit of the fourth season, I can actually like know what the fucks they're talking about.
so you started that season from the beginning.
No, I kind of left off on the episode that I originally quit on, just because I kind of
Okay,
remembered what happened that very first arc.
okay,
It wasn't
yeah.
anything that I missed.
Okay, for a second you threw me for like a loop, so I just got confused real quick. But no, I
Oh
got you.
yeah, yeah. No, right now I'm just kind of like trying to push through the whole music festival
Yeah,
arc,
yeah. That's just like a
which
little
is
filler arc. I mean, it's all
yeah,
right. But I
Yeah,
mean, once you get past that though, it's fucking like real shit starts happening again. So it gets good.
yeah,
See, that's one of the ones that like when the real shit's going on, it's really good. But like the fillers, which I don't right now where they're at, I don't think there's really room for something like that to happen.
yeah.
Uh, so I don't know if they're gonna do another one or how
I
far
would
they're gonna
imagine.
go. I mean, I think this season they're already. I think the season's almost over. I think they're at like 24 episodes now. So,
Yeah,
and I don't. I watch. I think I'm at like 21, and none of it's all like actual story.
yeah,
So I don't think you have to worry about any filler for at least I think season 6.
yeah. Which
I don't think the last couple really had any. That's come off the top. It's been of course it's been a long time since I watched those because I watched them when they came out. So
yeah, yeah. For me, it was kind of like them explaining to me like how like Deku's actually kind of a badass now,
yeah.
and like his new abilities and shit like
Hmm.
that. And I was sitting there and I was like, okay, well that's about fucking time. Like, cause that was part of the reason why I quit. Cause I was
Yeah, I
like,
think
I'm sick
it's
and tired of seeing
actually.
them just
I want to say it's the season, the next arc after where you're at. He starts to unlock other powers.
yeah.
Like literally the next part. So if you would have just like held tight through the part you're on, you would have made what you were looking for.
I couldn't just because he's such God, he's such a whiny fucking character.
Yeah, he's definitely grows out of that very quickly from
Thank
where you're
God.
at.
Thank God.
Um, I mean, he still has his shonen protagonist type attitude, where he's
Yeah.
like, uh, not to get to like the spoilers or nothing, but like he deep down he thinks he could save Shigaraki from all his despair and all this and that, like the usual shonen protagonist type stuff. But I mean, that's what this show is. It's fucking shonen. It's a like classic shonen type series. So, but I mean, it's not like he's not like a little whiny kid anymore. He's like that's like a big part of the series, kind of through the next couple seasons for you is him coming into his own.
Yeah.
And right now, it's like a really like serious dark time in the world. Like some
Yeah.
shit fucking happened at the beginning of the season, and a lot of fucking people got fucked up or died.
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of the, yeah, that's just one thing that kind of like was like, all right, I
Mm-hmm.
might as well, if it's starting to grow up and everything, I
Mm-hmm.
might as well check it out then.
Yeah. And
Because I mean, I love the first fucking two seasons. Third season, I really don't remember much of.
yeah, I'd have
Um,
to go. Yeah, some stuff I'd have to go back because I mean this is one of the shows that I've been watching like as it's been coming out for like pretty much the whole time. So like
yeah,
it probably wouldn't be bad like one day to go and like binge watch a bunch of it to like rewatch it and like refresh myself. I mean, since this season's
yeah,
almost over with, I might do it like in time for the next season,
yeah,
depending on how long that's going to be.
yeah, shit. But yeah, I was like, all right, and then I loaded up the fucking episode, and I was like, it's good to see Todoroki and Bakugo again.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, the
Yeah,
two favorite
you're.
characters right there,
I want to
or
say
the two
it's
favorite male characters, I should say.
season 5. Is it 5 or 4? Short. So I know that there's one of the arcs like right after when he starts to unlock a power is like another one of those like student exam type things where it's like their class versus like another class from another school, just another class like in one of the combat arenas or whatever. And that's when he starts to unlock some of his powers or something. But then it's after that they all get like some type of provisional license where they can start like interning at like the hero agencies again. And
Okay.
there's a really good arc that's Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki all go to Todoroki's dad's agency and train under him.
Oh, shit.
And there's like a lot of really good story stuff with the Todoroki family. Uh, we get to see like his other siblings and stuff.
Uh,
That's like been like a really good part, and it all comes to a head in season 6 during the first half. So
but yeah, I think Yeah, pretty much JoJo and My Hero are gonna be the two like
Mm.
bigger ones that I'm watching right now, and then I'll have to check out and see what seasonal anime
Well,
is
you
coming
got to
out
watch
for what.
Vinland Saga
Yeah. Oh shit, that's the other one. Yeah,
because the
Vinland
second
Saga.
season's getting close to the end. I think I want to say they're at like maybe 22 ish episodes,
Oh shit.
and I read for no reason I read like one or two of the reviews on Anime Planet because I saw there's like a couple like low reviews for this season, and it's just because it's people who didn't know what they were signing up for with Vinland Saga, which I did and didn't like. I knew that everyone always said that like the one of the big things people said about the first season is this is the prologue. Once the first season's over, the real story begins, and like
Yeah.
there's like a big tonal change, like shifting the tone and everything, and the pacing and all that. So I kind of knew that going in, and I'm fucking signed up all for. Like it's been fucking to me, it's been a really good storytelling. Some of the reviews I read were like, dude, what the fuck? Fucking Vinland Saga was this awesome action series. I don't give a fuck about this boring ass story with this fucking old dude being a slave and shit. I don't give a fuck about that. This was boring as slow shit ever. Nothing fucking happens anymore. And I'm just like, dude, you're stupid. This is like amazing storytelling happening. It's so good. And like I
Like,
went
I let the story build up
I
first. Like
did
shit.
just because I was curious as to where the story goes and how much longer this part's going to be. I think it's going to be this. There's kind of four story arcs. It seems like in Vinland Saga,
All right.
and the second season's going to be the second one, which is appropriately titled the Slave Arc. But then it things change again after that. But it's like I think it keeps a similar pacing, and I'm excited for the what's to come afterwards. I really need to get reading on what I got and start buying the rest of those volumes soon.
Yeah.
Because like I do would love to get caught up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's
Fuck, dude.
definitely, and at least with that one, like I would say maybe like if you want to break between like seasons of JoJo or like while getting caught up on My Hero, like you want to break from those since those are kind of longer. I mean, it's in its second season, and they're both like 20 something episode seasons. And like if like when I rewatched the first season, which was probably like my second or third time rewatching it, right when the second season was getting ready to come out, like
Yeah.
you get into it and it goes by quick.
Shit. I'll have to check that out. Yeah,
Like,
cause the the one that I just finished last night was one that I was working on for a while,
mm,
which was Shikimori, not just a cutie or some shit like
okay.
that. Like that comedy romance
I
where
think
like
you mentioned it like forever ago, but
I feel like
I never watched it or really looked into it.
it was actually it was a pretty good little watch, 12 episodes and everything. But yeah, it was pretty funny because like her boyfriend or whatever, like
Mm-hmm.
the main character and shit, has like extremely bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
So like every fucking day some like kind of shit happens to him
Mm-hmm.
or even multiple times a day. So it was like seeing them like do all these school events and then constantly everybody was like, "Oh fuck, here we go."
Right.
That typical little trope with that character and everything that,
Mm-hmm.
anime likes to ride on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have too much else I'm watching other than those two. At some point, I finished like right before those started. I finished Spy Family season one or part one or whatever it's called, and then part two
Yeah.
started like a couple like almost immediately. So at some point, that's one of the series that I need to look into it because I want to say it's either that one or another series that I heard. I think it's Spy Family. Unfortunately, it kind of the the part that everyone likes the most kind of goes nowhere. Unfortunately, like the romance part or something, or there was something that
Uh,
there's like a big question about like, do they ever find out? I don't know how familiar you are with Spy Family, but they ever find out like about each other? And apparently, the manga, which is or whatever it is like it's quite far ahead. They still haven't, and I'm like, oh. I don't know if I'm really willing to sign up for the long haul on this one. It's good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. And then like Anya is really funny. The little girl.
yeah.
I'm sure you've seen tons of like clips of her. She's like all over fucking
Oh, yeah, she's
Instagram and
everywhere.
everything. Um, Yeah, I don't think there's any other like anime stuff that I know. Like, what was it? Fucking Nier Automata's anime just started recently, or
Oh
maybe this
yeah.
past season, and that looks pretty cool. Um, what else we got? What else we got? Fucking Bakugan Legends, bro.
It's a Bakugan. Yeah, I guess just as because I watched that one romance.
Mm-hmm.
There's I guess it's a newer one. Tomo-chan is a girl, and I'm
I've been
guessing it's where she's
seeing.
like a tomboy,
I've
like
been
a
seeing
tomboy.
clips of that show. That show looks pretty nice.
All right, I'm putting it in my fucking watch list then because I think it's
It's all mine as well.
yeah, it's like oh yeah, it's all 12 episodes. That's it. Not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. No, that show looks funny and good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nier Automata is 8 episodes in.
Publisher is Aniplex of America. I don't know if I've ever heard of that one.
Yeah, I've heard they've done a bunch of shit. That's one of the big publishing companies. Uh,
Oh yeah. Oh, this is another one that I saw that I was almost about to start today,
mm-hmm.
which it's like a looks like it's just a comedy. The vampire dies in no time.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that one. Yeah, Tomo
Yeah,
Chan's a
it's
girl,
got
dude.
1.9 thousand ratings and it's got 4.6 on Crunchyroll.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess it's about a vampire and a vampire hunter, and it's just a fucking full-on comedy.
Hmm.
Yeah, 12 episode. Yeah, that shit's already fucking.
Yeah, if it's from like the
Yeah, I'm
previous
out of it.
season.
I have not. This one actually looks pretty badass. It looks like more of a action adventure,
Mm-hmm.
which is Ana of the Great Snow.
I feel like I heard of
It
that.
looks like the art style looks familiar. I
So
can't
yeah,
fucking put my finger on it though. Publisher is Fuji Creative Corporation.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know where I got 20 something episodes for Finland Saga season 2. It's only at like 11 episodes. I'm very dumb.
Season two? Oh, okay.
It's only 11
So it's
episodes
about
in.
like almost halfway.
I think it's
Yeah.
going to be like 24 episodes, which is what the first season was, and that's where I pulled that number out of my ass. My Hero. For some reason, I thought that and My Hero started at the same time. They didn't. My Hero started before it, and so it's 24 episodes in, and I think it's going to be probably 25 or 26. Um,
uh, yeah.
making like a full 2 core.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, Vinland Saga season 2 is like about halfway.
Gotcha. Yeah. One that a coworker's been telling me about, and I've seen him like watching clips during work and shit like that, is Blue Lock.
That's that soccer
I'm just
anime.
like, oh, yeah. I feel like we've talked about.
You
I mean,
mentioned
I
it
haven't
before.
watched it, but I think we've mentioned it
Yeah,
before.
because it was like blowing up because Japan was in like the World Cup or whatever.
Yeah, and they were wearing the uniforms for it
Yeah.
and everything, or like similar uniforms, I should
Mm-hmm.
say. Uh, but yeah, nothing I really see. Yeah, there's a couple of things that I'll probably have to dive into just to kind of like if I want to break from like JoJo's or My
Mm-hmm.
Hero, but
Yeah, definitely say
uh,
Vinland Saga is a good one.
yeah, yeah, that's definitely gonna be one that I'll have to fucking dive into.
On
Fire
a
Force is still going on.
huh?
Fire Force is still going on.
Yeah, it's like a few seasons in.
So, all right, it looks like it just finished up the second season, or I don't know if that was like recent or not,
I
but
thought they were like a season. Like I thought they were a little farther than that.
yeah, I just said on Crunchyroll for 1 and 2 seasons.
There's at least 3. Oh no, Fire Force third season is announced, but it's to be announced. Okay, my bad. Yeah, they only finished 2.
All right, yeah, I guess I'll have to check out that one then if it's that good, I guess. Shit.
It's one of those ones that I feel like either you like it or you don't.
Yeah.
That's when
Like the
you.
art style is kind of meh for me.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. Like some of the chicks they make look kind of cute or whatever. You know, the usual anime type thing. And there is a lot of
Yeah,
like etchy type stuff. So
yeah,
you know, that's probably one of the ones that if you don't like it, if after like the first couple episodes you're not feeling it, you're probably not gonna feel it. I
yeah,
don't feel like I don't believe that's the kind of anime that takes like a serious turn at some point and changes the status quo. I think it kind of just goes.
yeah. I can't imagine it does. But yeah, shit. I mean, yeah, I went on a fucking binge of just watching like Abroad in Japan though, because I
Mm-hmm.
ain't watched him in like fucking
Really?
I don't even know a minute.
Damn. I'd be keeping
So I
up.
started trying to catch up with everything, and I'm like, fuck, dude. Like,
Have
good
you
old
gotten
fucking man.
to him and Connor doing? It's mainly Connor who planned it, but them doing a the cyclethon.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Connor actually won streamer event like fundraising event of the year for that at the streamer
Oh yeah.
awards.
Yeah, I think they did like was it like 50
Like yeah, like
50,000?
50,000 something like that. But like they spiked the whole time, and I think they're already started the next one
Yeah.
because he announced it at the streamer awards, and then I think they already started. I saw something like they posted on Instagram or something. Uh, which I saw a fucking funny clip though. I guess they were riding a ferry or something from like one point to another point, or I don't know if this is part of that trip or part of another trip. And Connor's filming, and Chris comes up and he's like, "I just saw something strange, man. Uh, out just like out over there, like out on the boat, there's just like a dude getting his dick sucked." He's like sitting there, like the chick's just going down on him, and he's just sitting there smoking a cigarette. It's like, damn,
They going hard, man.
yeah.
Go big or go home, I
I think
guess.
that the
Shit.
title of the clip said something like Chris saw a like a JAF scene in person or something like that, a JAV scene in person. I don't know if it's for that or if it was just people in the heat of the moment or
I
who
don't
knows.
know.
It's just like a little
But
funny quote.
yeah, they definitely like to do their cycling over there now with that little group and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, because I watched like it was another Trash Taste special because I ain't watched like any of their
Oh
podcasts
yeah,
in a
that
fucking minute.
fucking that tragedy special. That's old. That was forever ago. Where they get through cycling.
They went through like all seven islands and
Yeah.
shit like that. Dude, fucking Gart got fucked so fucked over.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, here, Gart, you get the fucking easy path. Mixing up the paths, he fucking got the hard one.
Yeah.
The least physical one out of all three of them, and he gets the fucking hard path. That shit was top tier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't
Um,
watched any episodes of their podcast in a while. Um,
yeah,
I mean, I've definitely seen like more recently than that, and I watched like a lot of like the clips and stuff. I just haven't, for whatever reason, haven't sat and watched episodes. I haven't had time
yeah,
to. Um,
yeah. Like the clips, I'll catch up on. I know they did. I'm guessing it was when they were doing a tour in the
yeah,
states.
they did a
They did.
like a live show
It,
tour in America and
yeah,
like other countries, and they did it. They filmed a bunch of episodes like while they were like in L.A.
yeah. Well, they did one with I don't remember how recent it was, but they did one with Moist Critical.
Yeah, that was while they were in America.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was at like the I want to say that might be at OT one of OTV's house at the time or something like that. 'Cause they did like a bunch with OTV members, uh,
yeah.
and then they did like some other people. Um, yeah, I think that was like during that time. And actually, I don't know if you heard the story about them losing their equipment.
Oh yeah, I do remember
A
that now.
suitcase with like
Yeah,
$40,000 worth of fucking camera and podcast equipment.
buddy.
I don't know if they ever got it back yet. I heard an update on it like a while back, but I think that the consensus is that they're probably not getting it back. It's just lost.
Probably not. No, dude. Fuck. I'd curl up in a ball and cry if that was
Yeah.
my shit.
Oh yeah.
God, dude. That's when I heard about that. I was like, damn, dude. I want to cry for y'all.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that was
But
a while
yeah,
back. I watched some of those episodes, and that's kind of around the time where I don't know, I just slowed down and watched them. Or I think I might have watched a couple here and there after. Um, I don't know why I fell behind on it. I just did. I just watched other stuff. That's how it
but
goes.
yeah,
I mean, I still watch like I watch some of Joey's videos every once in a while. I don't watch too much of Guards. Guards doesn't upload like a whole lot for just because he's just always been slow with it. And I watch a lot of Connor's stuff and Chris. Watch a lot of their
yeah. I'd
stuff.
say Connor and Chris are probably the two bigger ones that I watch, and then
Yeah.
Joey, I'll pop in every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but his channel. A lot of people are pissed off about because like he went from like talking about like shitloads of anime and anime reviews to like
Well,
changing it up, and I'm like,
there
well,
are
he's kind of
reasons
changed
for
it up
that.
at some point.
Well, no, there are reasons for that. Uh, he almost quit his Anime Man channel because
Oh, shit.
like a while back he got hit with like like a big fucking strike, and on top like for just like using anime content or whatever something like that, and
Yeah,
he's like tired of dealing with it because that's something he's always had to deal with, and on top of that he hasn't been watching that much anime anymore like in a long time. Like he still reads like manga and stuff, and so he has a side channel like all of them have side channels.
oh yeah,
So he's been on his Joey channel doing some more stuff on that.
yeah,
He still does some stuff on Anime Man, but it's mostly I think he's been mostly doing occasional live stream stuff and stuff on just his Joey channel. Um,
I know he started like a series of like judging people's like ratings and like
oh
their
yeah,
top like
those are pretty funny.
shit like that.
I haven't watched his most recent one on that, but I watched the other ones are pretty funny. Where he goes through people's like my anime list and is like judging like what they've watched and how they rated stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty funny. Um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, Connor he does a bunch of stuff though because he's like a full time like Twitch streamer. So he has
yeah,
that, and he
yeah,
uploads like content from that on his gaming channel, and then he has his like his regular Japan channel.
yeah.
So yeah, I've seen like just
Connor Connor's pretty set up with all that, and then on top of the podcast
yeah.
and all that. But I know Joey. Yeah, Joey's even like he even made a video talking about that, just being like, I don't want to throw all my eggs in one basket.
Mm-hmm.
So I started like that channel, and then he's doing the fucking podcast, and then he's like, well, then I have
I think
literally my
I think all three of
brand.
them stream some stuff, and then
Yeah,
oh yeah he's also got like his music, and he started like a clothing line or something like of streetwear or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
So he's got like a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, that dude, they're pretty set over there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, pretty damn good set.
And
Yeah, and then
freaking
Gart really, I mean,
he uploads regularly. It's just like once maybe twice a month, and then I think he started streaming more often on like Twitch or whatever. I don't. He doesn't do it like a ton, but he does it like somewhat regularly, from what I understand. But I mean, of course, the one I watch the most is Connor because he has that, and because he's got, especially he has so much fucking content. Like I'm sure you watch a bunch of this stuff with him and Iron Mouse
uh,
and all the fucking
he
VTubers.
does do a lot with Iron Mouse.
Oh yeah,
He
dude,
does
they're
a
like
lot.
fucking like there's the reason why there's so much like fan stuff about them being together,
Yeah,
even though they're not. It's not like that.
yeah. I don't know. For me, like VTubers are, I just can't really get behind them.
I,
Like, I mean, I'll see some like funny clips of like some of the shit that they'll do,
there's a
but
couple I
like, I'm
like.
just like, yeah, I just like, I don't know. Like, I don't think I could ever actually sit there and just watch
Like
a video.
like one of the ones I actually, I mean I like Iron Mouse. I don't really watch like none of her solo content. I'll watch some of the clips of her, and then I'll watch like whenever she does her and Connor do stuff together. It's kind of the same
Yeah.
with like who is it? Nanners? No, not Nanners. Fucking C Nanners. Uh, what's her fucking name? There's one of the there's this other chick that they do stuff with pretty regularly, and like one or two other people who they do stuff regularly that I see some of their stuff. I don't watch too much of their solo stuff, just like whenever they do stuff together. But there's this one
Yeah.
on YouTube that just got hooked watching. They I don't watch their streams, but I watch the show that they do on YouTube. Her name is Onigiri, and she does a
Uh,
VTuber cooking show. And so it's I think I figured out kind of how she's set up. It's like the camera's like pointed down like at her actual kitchen counter, or like where she does all of her cooking and stuff. But I think she might have Yeah, I think the camera's just cut off like there's like the full screen that you see, and the camera actually only cuts off up to here, and she's wearing like a green or blue, I think a blue screen suit. So you don't actually see her except for her hands coming in and to like do cooking. And you just see her VTuber model,
Oh,
and
okay.
she does a lot of like cool food, like different Asian foods and stuff like that. It's actually like a pretty cool channel, like fun channel to watch, and she has like a lot of guests on to like cooks like has them tell her like what to cook or whatever, and she'll like go get all the ingredients and stuff. It's actually pretty cool to watch, and she cooks all kind of shit. So I've enjoyed
Yeah.
that one. But outside of like YouTube Shorts, I don't really watch like none of them.
Yeah.
There's a couple other ones that I
Like if
like
they
that.
show up on sports, like yeah, I'll sit there and like watch it, or if it's like a YouTube video from Connor, like then yeah, whatever,
There's a
I'll
couple other
visit.
that I kind of like. Like I do like when I see stuff from Project Melody. Uh, she's the one that's like what is it like super lewd and like her model's like almost
Uh,
naked sometimes. It's kind of funny, and there's a couple others that I see clips for all the time, like her Fillion. Uh,
Fillion's another one. Yeah,
yeah,
Fillion's pretty funny.
yeah, because she does like the full body tracking students like doing flips and jumping into the wall and shit and like tripping all over the place. And then one that I saw when they were coming up, but I don't really see too much stuff from them anymore. I know they still do it regularly. Is they when they
Mhm.
started coming up during COVID was Code Miku, Miko,
Yeah.
Moko, or something like that. She's
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
she's the chick that but she does some like IRL stuff too. Like she's one of the ones that because she's independent, she's like showing her face and all that pretty regularly. Uh,
Yeah.
she actually because I watched like some of the stuff like about her like how she got started and all that during COVID. She was like a game dev and did motion capture work in Unreal Engine. So that's how she does hers. So hers is like and like she has a full 3D set and she wears like a full like Hollywood style like mocap suit. It has like a full 3D model, whereas a lot of the other ones it's like a like more of like a 2D render kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that was kind of cool watching that, and I saw like she has some cool stuff because she's done like interviews and stuff with different people on like YouTube and Twitch and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, out of them there's a fucking ton of them. There's so many of them, dude. Like more than you realize. Like especially when you start getting to like the independent ones and like then there's like the ones that are
Yeah.
like other streamers and YouTubers that just like on the side for fun to have like their own models and shit.
Yeah.
Some of them aren't too bad though.
You imagine the Twitch would break, but I think the entire internet would break if Asmongold had a fucking VTuber. Can you
Mm.
imagine that?
That's cool. See, he's one of the guys I don't really ever watch much stuff. Like I feel like
Oh, dude.
he's part of like him and some of the other OTK people. Because he's part of One True King, right?
Yeah.
I think like some of them like even though I know they're big and people like post clips all the time. I feel like he's one of those guys who is like a boomer streamer where he's like that's like the wrong way to say it, but he was like big in the early days of Twitch, and that's like he rose and he became big during that time. But now he's kind of like falling behind like other people, like the people that everyone's watching and stuff. I'm sure he still does like really well.
Oh, he does it. Yeah, he does extremely well. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, for like OTK, I think he's the head of OTK.
Yeah, I do watch some of the YouTube clips of Emiru, who's part of OTK,
Yeah.
and I saw some of Mizkif, which he's all right. So some of the stuff that I saw him with him and Emiru, I didn't really care for, but like some of the stuff he does pretty all right, and like some of the I know I kind of like some of the clips I've seen of Esfand. I haven't like really gone out and like watched much of him or some of the other guys.
Only one that I've really paid attention to was Asmon,
Mm,
and I don't really watch OTK content
yeah,
or like really watch his streams. I usually go on like his YouTube
yeah.
channel, watch like his World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy
That's kind of
14.
how I am with Emiru, which like some of her she kind of does like two kinds of videos on her YouTube channel. One is like her like just like her like reacting to stuff and like talking to like chat and all that, and the other which I do like is she's like real big into cosplay. And she actually used to have like I don't think she posts on it really anymore, but she used to be like one of like the top like TikTok and Musically accounts. of her doing like
Okay.
shit on there in cosplay, but I don't think she does it anymore really. But she has like different like streamers and stuff come to their house or whatever, and like they like she like buys like a whole cosplay for them. They like both like cosplay and stuff. It's kind of
Yeah.
neat watching. Plus it helps that she's like fucking
She's
um
alright. Yeah.
I don't know, bro. It's my type, I guess. Some about them Asian women who show off midriff. You know what I'm saying?
It's like all she wears.
Yeah. Um, to kind of go back to one of the topics that I did have that was kind of adjacent to what we were talking about earlier with the anime stuff. I bought some more classic samurai movies that are coming in the mail tomorrow to add to my collection.
Nice.
I got Rashomon and Sword of Doom. They're both like classic. I think I know Rashomon's a Kira Kurosawa movie
Hmm.
from maybe like 1950 around that period, like one of his earlier kind of ones. And then Sword of Doom from another guy, but it's like considered like in like the top 10 or 15 like samurai movies or whatever. I'm kind of excited for him. Sword of Doom is this guy, this samurai who's like just like this fucking ruthless fucking killer who's just like fucking going through just like fucking people up left and right. And his like the trail of blood he leaves, there's somebody who like I guess he kills somebody he knows, and he's like decides that he's going to go after and fucking hunt him down. And it looks like it's a pretty fucking violent movie compared to like some of the other ones. Most of the ones that have like some scenes where it can get a little bit, but this is like
Yeah.
he's like fucking. I watched the trailer for it. He like slices people's faces, and you see like fucking that, and like the blood squirting everywhere and shit, and like it's a little more.
Jesus.
The violence is a little more brutal than usual. Uh, so I'm excited for that. And then Rashomon is this really interesting movie where so what is there's a samurai like some type of like feudal lord, samurai lord kind of guy, his wife,
Yeah.
a thief, and a woodcutter. And something happens where uh allegedly the thief uh rapes and or has an affair with the wife, and the samurai guy dies, and the woodcutter witnessed it. Well, no one knows what the truth is, and the movie's told from each four of their perspectives throughout the movie. Where
Oh.
there's the thief's perspective of what he says happened, the wife's perspective of what she said happened. We see, even though the samurai guy's dead, we see like from his perspective as a ghost or whatever, and there's like the woodcutter's perspective of like what happened, and like each version's different, and you're never like told like what the truth is, and it's like, this like really good like study on like humanity and like lying and like what is truth and all this and that, and it looks really good.
Yeah.
That's like considered like some people say that's like one of Kurosawa's like top five films.
Oh yeah. It sounds like it. Shit. That's what year did that come out?
Actually, I could pull it up on my phone real quick.
Damn, dude. That's a hell of a concept for a
1950. 1950. And then The Sword of Doom is 1966 by Kihachi Akamoto.
Hmm.
That one's got a
Right.
7.9 out of 10, and Rashomon has a 8.2 out of 10 on IMDb. It's
Holy
got the
shit.
Rashomon has on Amazon has over 1,000 reviews and has 4.5 stars for the Criterion Blu-ray, which is what I got. And same with Sword of Doom. It has like 856 reviews at 4.5 stars. Both are Criterion Collection Blu-rays, so they're going to be nice,
Hell
crisp,
yeah.
restored footage. That's how I like my movies, my samurai movies. Even though Criterion Collection stuff could be a little more expensive, I don't know if it still is, but it was on like they were doing like a site-wide flash sale where everything was like half off, which was also reflected
Right.
on Amazon too. So like, if I wanted to spend more money, I would have got a couple other ones because like I still need to get Seven Samurai. Um, there's one that is on my list, like that's on my short list of ones to get. This other one called Kagemusha, It's one of his later films from like the '80s, like one of his last films, and it's actually has a producer credit for Francis Ford Coppola and George Lucas, because they're both like big fans of his. That's like where Star Wars fucking comes from like
Yeah.
George Lucas was inspired by like a Kurosawa films from like the '50s and '60s, and created fucking Jedi from that and all that. They went to Japan and actually like worked with him on this movie. It's one of his few color movies, and like from like the trailer and like from like this like little video I watched with this guy talking about it, he takes like full advantage of the fact that it's color and it's like a beautiful movie. The video I watched, the guy said he thinks it's his like cinematically it's like his best like visually his best movie he's ever done.
Jesus.
And that one looks pretty good. It seems like it has a cool story. It's this like the samurai lord's like ready to retire or whatever, so he gives his empire his like area that he's conquered to his three sons, and with the promise that they'll like just take care of him or whatever, just like keep him set up nice or all that. And of course they all fucking go to war with each other and betray each other and everything. It's a whole and it's like huge fucking battles with like hundreds and thousands of fucking extras and shit in full samurai armor.
God damn.
Yeah, there was that one, and there was another one that I don't think it was Kurosawa. It might have been somebody else that I almost got. That was fuck. It wasn't. I don't remember what it was called, but it was almost like more of like a horror movie. It's basically actually I think it might have been Kurosawa. It's his version of King Lear, where it's a samurai who he kind of has like this like reckless ambition where he wants to take this castle that's like infamous like potentially haunted castle out in the woods or something, and his wife is like kind of like egging him on like, yeah, you should fucking like, what's your legacy going to be? You should fucking conquer this castle, be a fucking man, pussy, be a man, bitch.
Yeah.
And so he does, and it ends up like he ends up like going insane living in this castle, and like starts like betraying all of his men and like killing his own men and shit because he's like can't trust them and shit like that, and he's like having like these crazy visions and shit. That one looked pretty good too.
Yeah.
So I have a definitely have a long list of ones I still need to get.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. I mean, fuck. There was a not necessarily a samurai movie that I saw, but it was like a slight little video that I didn't get. Damn. Is
Strawberry
that the
cream.
strawberry?
It's so good, dude.
Strawberry one's
It's my
fucking
second. It's my
good.
second 12 pack. That's why I'm so glad that when they announced this flavor, they announced it was going to be a full flavor. Like
Yeah.
oh, that fizzed over. Thank God I have a little towel as a coaster.
Hell yeah.
That's what happens when you don't pay attention, kids.
Uh-huh. Yeah. There was a video. I slightly remember it, but it was like talking about like one of the, if not the most fucking disciplined samurai in history.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the fucker's name or anything,
Is
but
it Musashi Miyamoto?
it might be.
He's like one of like the most famous because I think it's believed he has the best win record, like the biggest
Yeah.
record of
Like
like
he never lost
yeah,
at all.
it's like 40 something, almost like I think they said there's like 40 something known fights and potentially like a couple other that are attributed to him, but they're not sure. They don't have proof of it. And
Yeah.
actually, I have that's one of the samurai movies I have, Samurai Trilogy, which is based on him.
Yeah, dude. Like he's a fucking beast though. And fucking I remember watching and they were explaining,
Samurai.
yeah.
Anyway, go on.
They were just like, yeah, like his first fight was when he was like, or his first duel was when he was he was like 13 years old or some shit like that.
Damn.
And he went up against like the best fucking duelist at the time,
Mm-hmm.
for like being a samurai, and he fucking kicked his ass.
Yeah,
Like at 13.
that's not how the story of the movie is. The movie's a little different. I mean, I don't know how.
I don't know. I'll have to double check the facts on it, but
Mhm.
that's what old boy said, and I was like, that's fucking
Part of it is because the movies take place over several years, but they came out like year after year after year, like over 3 years, and it's the same actor. So he's the same. He's pretty much essentially almost the same age in all three movies, even though it's like they are years apart from each other.
Yeah.
But I think I was telling you about him because a while back, because you said you were reading the Art of War.
Yeah.
He wrote the Book of the Five Rings, which is like another
Okay.
really famous like strategy mentality type classical literature books. Uh, it's one of the ones that I've been wanting to read. Uh, yeah, because he's like famous for like having like multiple like he believes that part of being a samurai is having like all these other disciplines other than just swordsmanship. Like he was a writer and a poet, and he was a carver. And he like which they show that in the movies, like that he's like staying at some village and he's just in his free time just like carving like little things out of wood and shit and working on his poetry and writings.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are pretty good movies though.
I'm gonna have to definitely snag and try and find a copy of that after I'm done with Art of War, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, I took a little bit of a break from reading it
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of like let a lot of,
Let it sink in. Think
yeah,
about it.
kind of like let it sink in, think about it and shit like that. It's definitely gonna be one of those like books that I see that I fucking go back to
Mm-hmm.
and read every now and then because I mean, dude, like it's
Mm-hmm.
fucking good. Like, it's real fucking good. Like even like some of the stuff like you can even like include into like video games here
Mm-hmm.
and there, like to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, try and put that to a test real
Right.
quick.
Yeah.
And yeah, some of the shit works, dude. I was like, fuck, all right, I can I can see that being, like if
Mm-hmm.
it was an actual battle, like one of the things that I remember was him explaining that like if an army or a platoon is coming across the river, let the first half get across the river while the second half is inside of the river
Mm-hmm.
because they're gonna want to retreat and then go through the water and whatnot, pretty much. I can't remember the full fucking like thing, but that's basically what I got out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, I mean, once you're in the water, you're fucking. I mean, if you're in like knee deep fucking water or more, you're not going anywhere anytime fast. Like,
Right.
um, but that and I mean, just shitloads of fucking like this dude was like
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a reason why
insane.
they still kind of use it like today in like military school and stuff.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean, some
fuck,
of
dude.
some of the stuff is obviously like isn't going to work and is outdated with drones, intercontinental nukes, and fucking hypersonic missiles and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Yeah. I mean, that is definitely something that I was thinking about, and I was just kind
mm,
of like, I don't know if that strat really works in this situation, my man.
yeah.
But he definitely did go on to like whenever it comes to like taking like land and shit like
Hmm.
that, not to like go for like the big fortresses because those usually took like weeks,
Hmm.
sometimes months on end of constant fighting. And he's like, well, by the time you even get to anywhere of like an objective or anything, you and your guys, they're all fucking
Oh
tired.
yeah.
They're exhausted. You're not getting any gains after that. So he was like, go attack where not expected. So like fucking homesteads
Hmm.
and like farms and like just fucking shit like that, like smaller areas instead of like these big ass fortresses. Because he's like, they want to come out and take that land back bad enough, they're gonna fucking come after you.
Hmm.
Let them come to you, pretty much.
Yeah.
Smart motherfucker, dude. Smart motherfucker.
Oh yeah. Oh. Speaking of video games, I've been playing some of the Halo Infinite, some of the new stuff. I think we did we talk about it last time where they added new weapons and shit.
I think so. I think we
Yeah,
talked about it.
yeah, that was just. I think some of those were just in that limited game mode. Like they're not in. Fortunately, they didn't seem like they were in Fiesta. I played a couple of games of that, but the new maps are in. They're one of them. I have to try it in like some of the other modes. I played it on Tactical Slayer, and I didn't like it. One of the new maps. Um, And I noticed they kind of have this weird design that there's two maps in the game that they have a similar aspect where it's a one of them is a fully symmetric map, and then there's like off on the side there's like this little island where you could like launch over to, and then this new map kind of has something similar where there's like this little area off to the side that's separated that you can go to, and
Mm.
I don't know, the map's kind of cool, kind of weird. The big team map I like the big team map. It's a good map. It has like two or three like distinct lanes that are like pretty different from each other, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Um, the new bandit rifle, I gotta figure it out, man. I feel like it's shorter range, maybe not necessarily. Yeah, it's got a little shorter range and not quite as much stopping power as DMR, which kind of sucks because I was hoping it was just the DMR. And I guess part of the reason it's got the shorter range is it doesn't have any sights on it. It's got iron sights, so it's just like the Halo Infinite, like zoom in on the reticle, not aiming down a scope, so it doesn't shoot. It's not as good at like at long range, but it's not too bad. I don't know. I have to play more with it. I don't know how I feel about it with Tactical Slayer. I just had some bad games with it, I guess. It seemed like I was having
Yeah.
trouble getting headshots with it. But it could just be I just don't have practice with it. Oh well. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. I have been enjoying going back and playing it, though.
Yeah.
Gonna try and finish up some of those season passes and shit. I know I'm almost done with the winter update free season pass. It's like a little 30 level pass. I'm at like 25 or something like that. And season one,
Okay.
I'm at like 60 something out of 100. And then season two, I think I'm in the 20s maybe. I haven't started season three yet, but
Yeah.
definitely they've. I feel like I've been getting a lot more XP too, which is good. Like
Yeah.
I think they have I think your first game that you complete, I think they gave you like 1,000 XP for or something.
Oh
Either
shit.
that or it was like your first win of the night. They'll give you like because I noticed that like because I played it on 2 different days, and I got like the first game I won, and I got like like a challenge for like 1,000 XP, and then like there's a lot of opportunities to get like bonus XP. Like they have like match completion XP, and then which I think is 100 XP, and then I think you get 200 for winning. You get another 100. Yeah, so if you win, instead of getting 100, you get an extra 100, so it's 200. And then if you are in the top 50% score wise, you get another 100. And then if you're the MVP on your team, you get another 100. So you can get like 4 or 500 XP from one game for doing good,
Mm.
which is pretty nice because I did have a couple games where I did pretty good. Uh, they have a community mode with like community made maps and shit and community made game modes. And
Yeah.
I didn't really care for the game mode, but the map was cool. It's a Halo One map. I forget what it's called, but somebody recreated a Halo One map, and so it was nice playing on like a new map with Halo Infinite, but being familiar
Yeah.
with it. And it
Yeah.
was this asymmetric one flag capture the flag, which so normally one flag capture the flag. How most games have done it is there's a single flag in the middle of the map, and you just have to bring it back to your base.
Mm.
This there's an attacking team and a defending team. So the defending team has a flag, and the attacking team has to capture the flag and has to get the flag and capture it, bring it back, and then it's once they if they do it or if the time runs out. If the time runs out, then the defending team wins. If the attacking team captures, like they win that round, and it's best. Was it? It's the first one to score three. So
Okay.
it's one of those games where if you get stuck against a team that's definitely better than your team, it's not fun.
Oh
And there
shit.
was
Yeah.
some moments where it felt like that. Uh, which actually I think we actually ended up winning by going to the fifth round. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because we both got. I think we won the first one, and then they won two in a row, and then we won the fourth one, and then so it was the fifth and final round. Yeah, because it's best of five. Uh, and I just like I won it like really fast. Like I don't know how I was able to get to the flag like right away, and I guess like most of them had died or were fighting in other parts of the map, and I was just able to just get the fucking flag back and score and win. But I was like, God damn, this is a fucking stressful fucking mode, dude. It was so fucking stressful playing it because it's like you're just like trying to get that flag back, and it's not like it's a pretty small map relatively, and so it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't feel like it's that far you gotta go. But dude, especially like the other team kept getting to the rocket launcher before us like every time, so they would get the rocket launcher right away. Uh, and there was a sniper rifle on the map, but neither team really did great with it. Like I had it like once or twice and got a kill or two. Uh, and like the other team had like a couple kills with it, but like it really wasn't a game changer. But that fucking rocket launcher, man, when there's like a 5 or 6 second like respawn timer, and you're like, hurry up, respawn, they have the flag, hurry up, respawn, they have the flag. Like,
Yep.
or if like the flag's like right by your base and they're like getting ready to send it back.
Jesus.
It was pretty
Yeah.
fucking intense, but intense in a kind of good way. But we'll see how much more of that I play.
Yeah. I remember. I think it was Halo 3
hmm
or something like that. Doing capture the flag. Oh my fucking god, dude.
Yeah, regular capture the flags kind of fun. It's not too bad. Uh,
Yeah, it can be very stressful though. It can be very stressful.
the best
That's why
version.
I don't do it very much anymore.
Yeah, yeah, and
Fucking
then some games though, they do have the bad thing of some games they'll have like a map or two where the other like you can easily get spawn trapped by the other team. Like I remember
yeah,
like that's why I stopped playing because I used to play a lot of Capture the Flag on Modern Warfare 3, but then Terminal is not a good map for it, and like that like if you spawned on one side of the map, like your chances of losing like jumped up by like to like 75% chance you were gonna lose just for spawning on one side of the map. Uh,
yeah.
just because it was just a shitty spot. But yeah, I'm pretty having fun playing this Halo. I did see, there was actually a version of Capture the Flag that I think it's on Halo 5. That's like one of the community made modes. I forget what it's called. It's like what the very actual version of it is. It's like Husky Raid Capture the Flag or something like that, where literally
Yeah.
it's Fiesta with random weapons, and literally all the map is there's the area where each team spawns, and there's a single hallway that goes down and up, and that's the whole map. And it is so fucking intense because it's like because you could just shoot across at each other pretty much from spawn almost. So everyone's just like
Yeah.
everyone who has like snipers and rocket launchers like trying to do cover fire while people are trying to make their way. It's like running through the trenches in fucking Battlefield 1, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's intense, but that's pretty fun because you can get lucky and get like where the other team's like all kind of dead, like around the same time they're all respawning. You can just like quickly grab the flag and try and force it back, and it's fucking it's intense and like but fun. Whereas this was like
Yeah.
intense and stressful.
Yeah. I remember. I think it was the reboot for Modern Warfare.
mm-hmm.
The newer ones, not like the
Yeah,
remaster or
yeah,
whatever. But,
yeah. Modern Warfare 2019.
and I remember there was a map that was like a 2v2 kind of like ordeal, and it
Mm-hmm.
was like a last team standing, almost like you had the one life,
Mm-hmm.
but you would get like a random gun set
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. And I just remember if you were on one side and you were pretty much fucked if you guys were like both teams were running a sniper rifle
Mm-hmm.
or some shit like that, because at the very beginning of the game it puts the highlight of where your character is. Like you can see like their full fucking silhouette and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember being right behind this little cardboard wall
And they just
right
fucking
at
right
spawn.
through it.
And so they aim directly where my fucking head is, and as soon as that fucking
Mm-hmm.
timer hits, I'm instantly dead.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a fucking
Yep.
bullshit. I was like, fucking
I mean that's just like the
god.
guys on like Modern Warfare 2 and shit who would memorize like where to shoot the grenade launchers at the beginning of the round.
Yeah.
Which there are some fucking hilarious clips of like people playing like search and destroy and somebody getting like a quad kill with the grenade launcher. Like there's like a really famous clip of like somebody the round starts, they shoot the grenade launcher and it blows up a car and kills the whole kills the whole enemy team in one go.
Yeah.
Um
Yep. I remember that shit.
mm,
But yeah. Haven't really, well actually I think the only shooter I've been really trying out has been the Far Cry 5 anniversary that
mm,
just came out, which is like the upgraded like
mm,
overhaul and
like
everything.
Xbox Series version.
Yeah, and like I think it's just for newer gen and like
Yeah,
PC, but
that's what I assumed.
fuck, dude, that shit is clean as
Yeah,
fuck.
I wonder if it still has the same issues we were having when we were playing co-op
You know?
when flying and
So
shit.
I was fucking around with it, and like on my Xbox One,
Hmm.
like I've noticed, like especially with flying, like you'll go and then just sit there and buffer, and
Yeah,
like the shit will
while
have
it's
to load
loading.
in. On my Series S, I don't have that fucking issue at all.
Yeah, nice.
I was like, it's so much like the loading times are so much faster. It goes like the gameplay and everything is just so much smoother.
Hmm.
And I was like, I think this game came out a little too fucking early.
I
But
think when I was playing like single player, like for most time when we were playing like together, it was fine and like I think it was just the flying part
yeah,
with like when because I think that one had a way bigger map and you had like way bigger flying vehicles than the previous game did. Because four you just
yeah,
had like those little fucking little go kart things. Uh,
yeah,
and it didn't really have that issue too bad. But yeah, I think this one's because it was just a huge map
yeah.
that you would just hit like loading zones sometimes too quickly.
Huge map, huge, massive fucking graphic difference.
Hmm.
Yeah, just overall a bigger game, and I think it just had a hard time fucking for whatever reason on the Xbox One just being able to load in right whenever flying and hitting certain areas and shit like that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't think when I was playing it, I had too many. I didn't have any issues with that. I mean, obviously there was like the funny shit when we were playing co-op, and like that was like almost more like internet type stuff, where we're fucking like, yeah,
God,
did I lose you? Did I lose you? And all of a sudden your body's just like falling to the ground.
shit was such a fucking mess.
That was pretty funny though.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, I've pretty much I've just gotten back into like Final Fantasy 14
I haven't
pretty
fucking
much.
played any Final Fantasy game ever.
I haven't beaten
14,
any Final
that's the
Fantasy
MMO one,
game.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that one's different. That's the MMO one.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I own 15, 7, and 8, I think. But like every time I start one,
Mm-hmm.
it's just so hard to fucking finish.
Yeah.
Like at least like the MMO, I mean,
That's an
it's an
MMO.
MMO,
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's like I want to get into the series, but at the same time, those games are just so fucking long.
Mm-hmm.
They're just so
Yeah,
ungodly long.
and they go on sale all the time, and there's a couple of them, because it's like a lot of them. I've done such a lot of them. There's each like main numbered entry is almost like a completely separate game from like the actual series. It seems
Yeah,
like even though sometimes it has the same characters, maybe it's like a different universe or something like that. But then some of those games have sequels.
yeah,
So there's like 10 and 10-2 and like
yeah.
13. I think there's 13 and 13-2 and shit like a bunch of shit like that. Some of
Yeah,
those I've
13 actually has like three separate games.
Yeah, some of those I've thought about maybe getting because they go on sale all the time.
Yeah,
Like they're
especially 13. Like on Xbox, that bitch is like all like those
like
games are always.
yeah, they're always on sale. So I've thought about it because you know your boy likes some fucking cheap ass fucking game collections, you know, where it comes with all the DLC and everything. But like
Yeah,
I don't know, and I heard like the 10's really good, 13's really good.
yeah,
So like I thought about getting those, but like I don't know. I got so many fucking games that like I need to play those.
yeah. I think I've just come to like I think I've just come to the mindset of I have so many games and just so little time. I know
That
good and
time.
damn well I'm just never gonna fucking catch up with all of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, there's only
Like I
certain
can sit
ones
there
that
and try and dream about it, but I just know it's never gonna fucking happen.
there's certain ones that I'm keeping an eye out for, like that are coming up that I want to get. But other than that, like there's a very short list of games that I'm interested in buying. Like
Yeah,
other than like other game like older games that I've heard of that I've been wanting for a long time that aren't free to play on Game Pass or EA Play or I have for free for from Xbox Gold or whatever.
yeah,
Like I'm looking forward to obviously like Space Marine 2 and I need to get the first Space Marine. Uh And then they also, of course, another Warhammer game, Bolt Gun. It's getting a release date at
Yeah.
some point. That looks so fucking fun. It's basically like a classic Doom game, but Warhammer. So that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Um, Speaking of Warhammer,
Hmm.
uh, I made some good progress toward my army since last recording. I think the last time I had like one or two of my assault intercessors done, or yeah, I think I had like one or two of them done, or they were about to be done. I got that whole squad of 5 done, fully painted, based up, clear coated, all fully assembled, all finished. And soon I'm gonna start the other half of that. It's because it's gonna be a 10-man squad. So soon I'm gonna do the other half of the squad. They're still have like the first coat of paint just kind of sitting there. But the terrain from the kill team box that I got, Soul Shackle, all that space all terrain, is almost all fully prepped, ready for painting. I have a small handful of stuff left. I have these are the caps that go between all the different wall segments that to hold everything together. I have
All
half of
right.
them sanded, maybe a little more than half. I was running out of sandpaper. I need to go get some sandpaper because I was actually using like a sheet of sandpaper, and the best way to sand like these mold lines and little nub marks on the side is just lay the sandpaper out and just do it on like my desk. But I only had like one sheet of 400. I don't have any 320 left, and 600's fine, but it's a little too light, and it's gunking up too quickly. So like I don't have enough. But then I also have all these corner cap pieces to finish. I just have to like sand the mold lines and the little nub marks, and they'll be ready to paint. And then I also gotta sand and glue on. There's little like greebly little decorative bits that go on these corner pieces, because you can see like one side's got like shit all on it, but then the other side's just plain. So they gave you like a bunch of like little shit to put on them, so that there'd be like something on it. Um, then once I sand all that, it'll all be prepped. All the doors are like assembled. All the doorways are assembled. Everything that needs to be assembled in that is assembled. Um,
Yeah.
so pretty soon, probably tomorrow, I might drive to work tomorrow so that way I could stop and get some of the stuff I need, like the sandpaper. And I know like one of the paints I need to get. This is just an example, like the caps. Like this is just like two of the corner pieces to put together as a full pillar, and the cap literally just like sits on top.
Okay.
Yeah, which I can't. There we go. Yeah, it just sits it on top, and then some of the wall segments hook into here, and it sits on top of it, so it locks it all together. Um, but yeah, I know I need to get. I'm worried I'm gonna need to get another spray can of the primer. I'm. I don't know if one's gonna be enough to coat everything, to give everything a good coating, because it's a good bit of stuff. So I'm tempted to get another one, but they are like $17, maybe a little more. Uh, and I definitely need to get. I want to get the Citadel Contrast Black, which is a part of the contrast line of paints. That I saw,
Hmm.
like I really like the effect of it on like the walls, and like then I'll be ready to paint everything. And then I also did all the prep work for my squad of Sanguinary Guard. So they're prepped. They're not full. They're not assembled all the way. Uh, but the parts that need, like these guys, the parts that needed to
Oh,
be assembled
yeah.
are like the chest to the backs. The jump packs are assembled. They are in separate pieces. I'm trying to figure out how I want to paint those. Like I'm obviously going to be gold, but they typically paint them as with a non-metallic gold, which is where like you paint it with like yellows and browns stuff to make it look like it's gold, like a polished gold almost. I'm debating
Yeah.
if I want to do that or just go with a gold metallic and maybe like a highlight color or something. I don't know. And like they have a lot of details on them, so I'm leaving them in a little bit more pieces than normal to make it easier to just paint them all up and then like just glue them together.
Hmm.
But I'm hoping, which is kind of maybe the final topic, tonight as of recording this, as in like in an hour, Adepticon reveal show. Yeah, less than an hour, 57 minutes and 40 something seconds. That's going to be live. They're going to be doing all their new announcements. Of course, this will be up Sunday, so this will be a few days after it. I'm debating on filming a reaction to it or not. I don't know. I'm getting pretty tired, so I might not be able to do that. I
Yeah.
was if we weren't recording this today, I would have streamed like some Dark Tide and then a live thing. But I think I'm just gonna watch it and then we'll do a video. Maybe we'll do like a short video like going over everything or
Yeah.
something. Because some of the stuff like I don't like. Obviously, some of the stuff we don't really care about because there's gonna be Age of Sigmar stuff, Warhammer Underworlds. Like that's we don't really worry about that. Like there's gonna be the big thing is the 40k stuff, the Kill Team stuff. And interesting to see what they're going to do with Horus Heresy. That's the 30k like Space Marine versus Space Marine like other game. Uh, yeah, so we'll see. The big thing that everyone's thinking is they're potentially going to announce 10th edition, either here or they're going to wait until the next event, which is I think next month, which is Adepticon's like a fan done event. The next event is their own event, so people are thinking they're going to maybe people were thinking they were going to wait till then, but they've been doing all kinds of teases, bro. They had these two short videos that they posted that some people think it's for a new Space Hulk game, board game. Some people think, but most people are pretty sure it's for just for 10th edition. Um,
Yeah.
which it looks like if it is, then all the rumors about the 10th edition starter box being Blood Angels versus Tyranids or Dark Angels versus Tyranids is wrong. It's just regular ultra plain blue Ultramarines versus Tyranids, um, which that's fine. And they'll have
Yeah.
the new Terminators. That's like one of the teasers. Is it shows Terminators like a close up of the face. So hopefully that's all announced. They already showed the images and stuff because of course it got leaked of the new Commander Dante model. So they're probably gonna maybe they may show the video for that. They might not. I'm
Yeah.
hoping that with that they show new Sanguinary Guard with it.
Yeah.
Um, I guess I'm gonna find out in a little bit. I'm hoping that'd be cool to have. Like I have like that'd be cool. Like I'll have because I have the old model, and then also get the new model too, and have them like as a squad of 10 all together. That'd be pretty cool. I think. I don't know. I like as much as some of the old stuff's kind of crappy looking. I think it's kind of cool to have it and like mix and match it. Like I was
Yeah.
going through that Sanguinary Guard pack has extra helmets and extra shoulder pads, like way more than you need. And they're all like really nice, like Blood Angels ones. So I'm like gonna mix those in with my fucking. I'm gonna mix it with my fucking Primaris shit, even though it doesn't like go with the Primaris. I'm gonna mix it in with like, all the other shit I got. Same thing with the
Right.
freaking Death Company that I got. They came with a bunch of extra shoulder pads that some of the shoulder pads are marked as Death Company, and so those are gonna be with them. I think there was only one for each guy for those, but they had a bunch of extra of ones that didn't have Death Company on it. So I'm gonna mix and match, throw those in. I think it's like, because like in the lore, like it's very common for the Space Marines to have like mismatched armor of different marks of armor. Like they might have shoulder pads from one, a helmet from another, chest piece and legs from another, like all mixed and match. And so I think it'd be cool to have like Firstborn Marine stuff and like Primary stuff like mixed up and stuff. See, I have to see how it fits together. Um, I've thought about ordering some of those Horus Heresy kits where it's like Mark 3 helmets or Mark 4 shoulder pads and shit like that. To like just like the
Yeah.
mix and match because they have a bunch of that type of stuff where it's old school, like really old helmets and really old shoulder pads and shit. And
Hmm.
if they weren't expensive or if I could find the 40k the Horus Heresy like big starter box for pretty cheap, I would get that because it has a bunch of the Mark 6 guys. And those are like the
Yeah.
new Mark 6 guys, which those are really cool. That'd be cool to like mix some of those in, and also to have like
Yeah. That would actually. Yeah, that would actually be pretty cool. I didn't think about that.
yeah. And the only thing is that you have to make sure whatever unit you're using them as, you have the right size base because different things have different size bases. That's a very important
Okay.
thing because that's how you measure everything is from the base. That's how you measure your
Yeah.
movement, your range, everything. And I want to say those come with a little bit bigger bases than the regular Space Marines. These assault intercessors. I think they have 32 millimeter bases, and I want to say the Horus Heresy Mark 6 guys might have 40. I could be
Mm.
wrong, which that would make them a little bit bigger. I'm not sure actually. Um, yeah, I definitely wanted to update my progress in my army. Hopefully this weekend I can knock some more out. I could try and finish the rest of those guys, that the other five of them, and decide what I'm going to paint next. I mean, it might be that kill team terrain. I don't know. I'll probably at least try and prime it all. That'd be pretty sweet, just to have like a point of, hey, there's like color on it. I'm sure once I do that, like, and I start painting it, like, I'll have to take one and figure out how I'm actually going to do it, and then it's to the races. But, like, I don't know, I've been thinking about, I have a squad of heavy intercessors, which are like heavy, a little bit slightly heavier armored guys with rifles, bit heavier
Yeah.
guns. I kind of want to do those next, or some regular intercessors, or I have these three like flying units called suppressors with dual wielding plasma guns or whatever. That'd be pretty cool to do them. I think I want to save my Blade Guard veteran for a little later, so I can paint them a little nicer, like once I get a little more practice,
Yeah.
because they're a little nicer, like veteran unit.
Yeah.
But it's all coming together, dude. I'm excited, like filling in that box with like finished units, like like
Oh shit.
these two rows are all painted, except for this one spot, and this is just like little bits. But he's painted. These are guys that I still need to paint. These are the suppressors, the Blade Guard veteran, and a chaplain that I have. Which I don't know. I'm probably not in too big of a rush to paint him because I have like three chaplains. I have the Primaris chaplain, regular ground unit, and then I have the Blood Angels chaplain with jump pack unit,
Oh shit.
and then I have the character the Martez, which is basically a Blood Angels chaplain with a jump pack, but who's also
Hell
a
yeah.
character. Like some people actually use this as Lamartez instead. They'll use him instead because they're practically the same unit. Though I think Lamartez, like, it's pretty much just a slightly different model. He has like a wing jump pack, which is pretty cool looking. But Lamartez has like a classic jump pack. I don't know. I kind of want to paint them. I kind of want to paint those Death Company guys. I gotta figure out I gotta figure out how I want to paint the black armor because, I mean, I got the Death Company guys, which are black armor. The fucking Adeptus Arbites, which have black armor, and the Drukari, which have like a bluish black armor. So I have to figure out actually how I want to paint them so they're all kind of different. Because I don't want them to all be like the exact same, you know.
Yeah. Have a little bit of a variety and whatnot.
Yeah, like I was trying to think like I don't know, maybe the Death Company guys I mix in like a little bit of red or something, so it has like a reddish tone to the black, or like maybe I highlight it and like by mixing like red and gray or like red and metallic or something together, and then like just so that it looks different, and you might not be able to tell how, and then like the other guys do them differently. Like I don't know, I thought about doing the Arbites in blue to make them like more kind of police feely, you know.
Yeah.
But then, like when you look at the art for like the painted up ones next to the painted up Drukari, the painted up Drukari are typically in like a blackish blue color.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So it's like fuck. I gotta just figure out how I want to do. I mean, I could do them in black and then just highlight them in like a regular silver, and then highlight the Drukari in blue. I mean, that might be what I end up doing because that'll make them feel different at least. All feel kind of different. It kind of will make sense kind of for the space cops that they have like lesser gear, like more simple plain gear compared to the space marines. I don't know. I gotta figure out paint scheme stuff. It's a lot. Because I mean, that's all that's left to put together from that box is those guys.
Yeah. That is
And
true.
I'll have a shitload of kill teams ready to go.
Hell
I'll be able to play kill team by myself. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll make on a weekend or something. I might come out if you're off. That is
Yeah,
ever on a weekend. Maybe I'll come
yeah,
out and we'll figure out how to play or something. We
yeah.
definitely need
Hell
to plan
yeah.
a weekend where we could film some in person stuff.
Oh, definitely, absolutely. Yeah, we definitely need to fucking do that for sure.
For some reason, I is my helmet. For some reason, my headset turned off, so I didn't hear that last second sentence.
Yeah, I you didn't miss much.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely have to plan some fucking in-person recordings and shit like that
Hmm.
for sure. Whew.
Well, we're about an
Oh man.
hour and a half, so I guess I don't know if you had
Oh
anything
shit.
else you wanted to talk about. I kind of covered all my topics pretty much.
Yeah, I pretty much covered up all mine for the most part. I mean, pretty much it.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
thank you everybody for sticking through another episode of Trapped in a Dungeon.
mm-hmm.
You
Episode
know,
13.
episode 13, dude. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Be sure to like, comment,
And
subscribe, all that good stuff. You know,
follow us on our socials down
yeah, down in the
below.
description. Check out our shorts and everything. Watch our Let's Plays.
Yeah,
And
goddamn right.
catch you
Absolutely.
on the fucking flip side, bitches.